One of the nice things about doing these fantasy playlists, I put them up on YouTube and listen and watch the video, and it just brings back a lot of memories. A lot of these songs I have not heard in years, and that is the case for sure. Record number 39. Staying the same from previous week at number 39, the Manhattan Transfer. Soul Food to Go at number 39 had that good time vibe. Kind of like the 60s, like listening to a song like Groovin' by the Rascals or Give Me Just a Little Bit of Side Girl by Brenton Wood. But this is a different sounding record. I was drawn to it, thus I put it on my fantasy playlist. Manhattan Transfer, there were two incarnations of the Manhattan Transfer. Just remember that the constant in this group is a guy named Tim Hauser. Tim Hauser formed the first incarnation of Manhattan Transfer in 1969. They signed with Capitol Records. They put out an album called Jukin' in 1971. And that group more or less disbanded or whatever happened. I'm not really sure what happened. But he formed another incarnation of Manhattan Transfer. Tim Hauser did in 1973. And this one really stuck for the most part. There have been some personnel changes. But they signed a deal with Atlantic Records. In 1975, they put out a self-titled album. They had their first hit in the fall of 1975 called Operator, a gospel record that crossed over on the top 40. It was a pretty big hit during that era. Twilight Zone came out, the brilliant Twilight Zone, in the spring and summer of 1980. That went top 40, though not very high. Number 29, 30, 31, 32 on Billboard's Hot 100. Then a year later, they had their biggest hit. Very mainstream sounding. It was kind of a disappointing record considering their eclectic sound, but it was their biggest hit. Their remake of the Ad-Libs, Boy from New York City, went to number 7 on Billboard's Hot 100 in the summer of 1981. And then in 1983 they came out, well, they were back to form with their eclectic mix of gospel and not gospel, but jazz and pop, Spice of Life. Gosh, that's a lost 45. I'll have to play that one for you on Down the Road by the Manhattan Transfer. That went to number 40 in 1983. Written by Rod Temperton of Heatwave. So now let's fast forward to 1987. They put out their 10th album called Brazil, and that's where Soul Food to Go came from. Manhattan Transfer. Memories galore. My goodness, it's just overwhelming.